Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. Go to f2bbs.com. www.f2bbs.com. The last bastion of free speech on the interweb. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing a paid review. This is for Andrew, 21QA38. And let's do a quick wristwatch check. And we're on a Rolex Submariner. This is the new 41mm Submariner date. The 126610 LN, the black bezel, black dial. Okay, let's jump in. Hello, I've sent you some money to your PayPal. I'm mid-20s professional who has already amassed what I think is a pretty substantial watch collection. My collection comprises of a Rolex Datejust 16014. That's a Datejust 36mm steel with the white gold bezel. It's a little bit old, 16014. They were an 80s sort of watch. They were superseded by the 16234 in the 1988. So a little bit old there. We got a Rolex GMT Master 2 116710 LN. That's the black. That's the ceramic. We've got a Patek Calatrava Travel Time, a 5134R rose gold. Very interesting watch, the 5134. I quite like it. It's a complication. It's a travel time, but it's manual wind. It's based on the Patek 215 movement. They haven't really been that hot in the marketplace. I think they are completely undervalued, and I think they've got huge potential. Then we got a Nomos Tangomat GMT 635. We've got a Grand Seiko SBGE 211. A Grand Seiko SBGJ 235. A Breitling Navitimer GMT. And a Sin 856 UTC. I wanted to get your general thoughts on this collection and see if you could help me with my next purchase or two. I'm in the market for 2 more dressier watches to wear in the courtroom or more formal occasions. I'm a big fan of GMT World Time complications, and this is essentially a must for the purchase. I had in mind a JLC Reverso Grand GMT and a Lung A1 time zone. I can get the JLC now, but I'm probably going to continue saving for the Lung A, although I could afford it now. If you think the prices are going to go up, I still haven't decided on what case dial combination I want to get on the Lung A either. I'm drawn toward the pink gold with the white dial, but I feel it may be too similar to my Calatrava, so I'm also considering the pink gold with the grey dial. I wanted to get your thoughts on the JLC and the choice between the 2 Lung A's. Also, would you suggest buying the Lung A now or holding off for a year or two? Any alternatives to either that you'd suggest? I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Well, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. I gotta be completely honest with you. Mid-20s, I think you're a bit cocky. Let me put this politely, because you've paid me for a review and you want the honest truth. A lot of your pieces, they sound great on paper, but they're not heavy hitters. They sound really cool, but I gotta be totally honest with you. They're not that great. They're great bang per buck, but they're lacking in a fair bit of soul there. The Rolex Datejust, the 16014, I gotta be totally honest with you, if you like the 36mm size, I would much rather have a sapphire crystal version. I'd much rather have the 16234, unless you have a sentimental reason. Perhaps that was your father's watch or some story that you haven't quite told me. I'd probably upgrade it. 16014s, man, that's an 80s watch. And I think they're a bit small. I think the 41mm Datejust is a better modern size. 160. I've owned it multiple 16014s. I like them. Getting a bit old, and I kind of, yeah, it's a Datejust, but it's, unless it's a really sharp, nice example, I would want to upgrade it to a 16234 no holes case. You know, mid 90s. Add on, you know, that's what I would want to do with that. The GMT Master 2, yep, you got a ceramic GMT. That's great. That's a good piece. That's a very nice piece there. Nothing wrong with that. The paddock, it's a bit of an oddball, that paddock. The Travel Time Calatrava, it's okay to have that piece if you've got a paddock collection. But if that's your one and done paddock, I think it's leaving a bit out. Okay, that's my own view. I think that model there has never really caught on the secondary market. It's pretty similar to a standard Calatrava because it's not really loved. It uses the manual, as I said, the manual wind 215 movement. It's a discounted paddock, and even though I quite like it, I don't know whether that could be your only paddock to have there. Now, you've mentioned the Nomos. I mean, come on. Let's be honest there. I mean, Nomos, that's a garbage brand, okay? I really, really, really hate Nomos. It's just, you know, that's for people who can't afford real watches. They buy Nomos, and then they try and sneak it in and see if I will, you know, say how cool they are. It's garbage! It's garbage. The Nomos, I mean, what was it? It's arty-farty Swedish design at its worst. It's a $3,000 sort of watch. Big deal. Big deal. Nothing that I'd really want. Nothing I'd want, okay? That's it. Nothing I want. It is a nothing watch, okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to put it to you nicely. If you've got Rolex and Patek, the Nomos is garbage. It's like having a Mont Blanc in the collection. It's shite, okay? I'm just telling you honestly. Then you got some Grand Seikos. Well, Grand Seikos can be nice. I kind of like a Grand Seiko. I'm just going to call these up here because I want to make sure I give you the best advice for your money there. So the SBGE 211. What do I think of this here? Let's have a look at it. Actually, that's a GMT. Yeah, spring drive GMT. It's funky. Yeah, okay. I'll give it. It doesn't. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of a borderline pass. It's like getting 53% in an exam. You haven't really aced it, but you haven't failed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, I'm not. I love that one with the aqua hand. You know, that's the GMT that I really like. The white dial on a leather strap with the aqua hand, and this other one here, the SBGJ235. Let's call this one up. Oh, that is nice. High beat. Actually, that's quite a nice. Actually, that's a 70%. The other one may have been 53%. This is a 74. Yeah, that is quite nice. That is very nice. That. The Breitling, oh my God. Now look, if you're going to have to bring up Breitlings, the problem with Breitlings is they are so blingy. Got an A, what's the reference number? So I can tell it's not an AB. That means it's using a damn Valjoux. It's using a damn Valjoux movement, which I'm already starting to dislike. What do I think? It was cheap. You got this because it was cheap. It was cheap. Okay, I get it. I understand all the tricks. You're not going to fool Archibald, okay? Because I understand this stuff. You want to be the big swinging dyke in the office, and what do I think? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. Sorry, I take it back. It's a GMT Breitling. Actually, I don't mind that. No, that's a 60% in an exam. You know, it's not 53, it's 60, but you know what I'm saying, okay? So that's borderline. And Sin, come on, man. You got a paddock, and you're gonna muck around with paddock with Sins. I mean, come on, man. You can't have it both ways there, okay? Sin. Yeah, I mean, that's just cheap garbage. Cheap garbage, okay? It's garbage, okay? Let's just be totally honest there. So, I now that we've taken, you're a little bit pompous in your outlook there. So, my advice to you, I would be saying, what do I really hate here? So, I'd say that Datejust, we've got to update that, okay? I hope it's not an over-polished, worn to death. I mean, unless it's your father's or your grandfather's got some story with it. So let's just go through that. So my advice is the Datejust 16014, that should be updated. You got to update that there. That's the ceramic GMT, good. Black. The Calatrava, good. But hey, I know and you know that it is a cheaper model. Come on, let's not fake with me. The Nomos, I hate Nomos. Get rid of that garbage. The Grand Seiko, the first one, the SBGE 211, I'd actually flick that. I reckon that is I think that's nothing special. You've got the SBGJ 235. I reckon that's a beautiful watch. The Breitling, keep the Breitling. I think it's okay. And the Sin, that's garbage. Get rid of the Sin. We don't need that. So that's what I would do. Now, as for your pompousness, I hope now that we got rid of some of the garbage from your collection, let's go through some advice here. So now you're a big fan. Oh, okay, we did it. I had in mind a JLC Reverso Grand GMT and a Lange one. Now, are you buying new or used? Actually, I did email you and you said to me pre-owned, okay? Well, look, Mr. Pompous, mid-20s professional. Look, Mr. Pompous, let me tell you something. It depends what the deal is, okay? It depends what the deal is, okay? It depends what the deal is. I would buy what is the best bang per buck, okay? White gold, rose gold, that doesn't really matter. You can get the, look, JLC, I got to be completely honest with you. JLC at the moment is deader. It's just, it's pretty soft. Believe you me, nobody wants JLC. Could that change? I hope so. I got a friend who had a Polaris. He sold it, he offloaded it to me, and I managed to back out of it. And he's got it with another dealer. Very little inquiries. JLC is very toxic. So I don't think that's going to change. People seem to be mad about Rolex and Patek. JLC, very soft. Very soft. You could buy it now. But I'm probably going to continue saving for the Lange. Now, Lange is actually a pretty good buy as well. They lose a lot. Although I could afford it now if you think prices are going to go up. Look, Lange itself, I've got to be totally honest with you. I think long-term Lange prices, they are very good bang per buck, but I don't see them going crazy. Mid-20s, young professional who's up himself, let's be honest, I'd upgrade the Datejust. That's what I would do. You've got some nice stuff there, but you got a bit of garbage. You got a bit of garbage, bit of padding. So I would probably deal with that first. I still haven't decided on the case style combination I want to get on the Lange. Man, that is so pompous. Man, that is absolutely pompous. Okay? Let's be honest. It depends what the deal on the second-hand market is. Okay? It's all about the deal. Every paddock I bought, I had 6 of them. I've got 5 now. It was the deal. Did I want white gold, yellow gold, rose gold? It was whatever the deal was. Okay? You got to be flexible. Come on, man. And it really isn't going to make much difference. They're all pretty cool. So that's a bit of a pompous thing to say there. I'm drawn towards the pink gold with the white dial. I think it's whatever the deal is at the time, okay? But I feel I may be too similar to the Calatrava. The Calatrava is rose gold as well. I'm also considering the pink gold with the grey dial. Look, to be honest with you, it's whatever's a bargain. You want the bargain. Which one will he discount? Which one's full box papers? Which one's better condition? That's what I would be going. I wanted to get your thoughts on the JLC and the 2 Langes. Okay, so what would I feel there? Okay, so reading between the lines, would I buy a JLC now, or would I get a Lange? You know what I would do? Seriously, I tell you what I would do. Instead of jumping around all these brands here, I would probably get another paddock. I'd get a 5196. Okay, that's what I would do. Have a nice couple of paddocks, a couple of Rolex, and a few others. That's what I'd be more loyal to 1 or 2 brands. That's what I would do. However, if you've asked me the question, Lange or ArchieLuxury, definitely get the Lange. Definitely the Lange. I think the Lange, in my opinion, I think the 2 top watchmakers is Patek and Lange. Okay? And, I mean, people used to say it was the Holy Trinity. You had Vacheron and Audemars Piguet. I think they've kind of gone out on different tangents. So in my opinion, I think the 2 top would be Lange and Patek. Now you could say, what about Richard Mille? Well, Richard Mille is so obscure, it doesn't even rate. Okay, it doesn't even really. It's a bit like this ice. It's frozen at the top. It'll melt over time and the hype will go away. So I got to say to you, if it was me, I'd get a Lange. Which one is a good deal? White gold, rose gold, yellow gold? Whatever is a good deal. That's the thing. And I would seriously see if you can update that date. Just get rid of some of your crap. To be honest with you, the Nomos, there's no reason to have that in your collection. It's garbage. Get rid of the one of those Grand Seikos, the first one, the 211. Get rid of that. I don't particularly like that. The Nomos, one of the Grand Seikos, and I'd also get rid of the Sin. And I would upgrade the Datejust. You don't have to. It's not something that we have to get everything done before we're 30. Okay, slow down. Having a watch collection, the fun is taking time and building to it nicely. We don't have to have everything completed instantly. In fact, my collection, I'm 49 this year, and all of my watches, I've had Rolex, first Rolex at 18. The oldest watch I've got now, currently, is my ArchieLuxury Reverso, my Grand Date, Reverso Grand Date. So that's the one I've had the longest. It's, to be honest with you, that watch itself, I've had that for 10, just over 10 years. So a lot of these watches, you don't, you know, I would say to you, you don't have to hurry and get it all done quickly. You've got a great collection. You've got a bit of crap in there too. Let's be honest. I would weed out the rubbish. And I would say to you, if you're buying secondhand, it's what's the good deal. White gold or rose gold, man, that's for rich people who buy new. Okay, when we're beggars, we're buying on the used market. It's whatever the deal is. So now that we've gotten rid of your pretensions, we can honestly look at it. But I would definitely get a Lange. I don't think Lange or ArchieLuxury is actually. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, I let's be honest here. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it seems unlikely that both those brands will rapidly rise. If anything, I think Lange could be the one to rise a bit. But would I race out? No, I'd just take your time. And I'd get rid of some of the crap, fix up the collection, and get what is a good deal. That's my advice. Personally, I'd get another Patek, okay? I reckon 5196 would be very nice to complement your 5134. Have a bit of a... I'd rather do that, but I don't know why you want to get another brand. You want to have... I don't know. I don't understand it. But anyhow, I've given you advice. I think I've given you more than your money's worth, young man. So there you go, guys. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Tell me what you think of my advice. I think he was a little bit pompous, a little bit up himself. But we had to pull him down a bit, you know. Guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. I need these paid reviews to survive. So we can survive. I need these paid reviews so I can survive. Without these paid reviews, it's very hard for me to survive. Please, guys, $50 US. I'll do a paid review. I'll tell you what I think of your collection. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. If it's garbage, I'll tell you it's garbage. If it's nice, hey, I'm happy to tell you it's very nice. I'll be honest with you. If I think you're being a bit of a dyke, I'll tell you that. I'm ArchieLuxury. Please get a paid review done, please. And I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.